going on, Raiders? Duelim here, back here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how to start your very own Raid Shadow Legends account, or if you want to start another journey and start a second account, this is going to be how you do it. So first off, you got to make sure you come to my YouTube channel here. It's Duelim Raid Shadow Legends. There'll be a link down in the description, and you want to click here, and you want to go into the download link here. So make sure you are clicking download with my link, and once you do that, it is going to take you to the next screen here, and it's going to be all about Alice here. So there's even a code called Wanderer. And another note from Duelim in the future, make sure this is a new email. It did not ask me to sign in with an email here because I was logged in with Google Chrome. So make sure this is a brand new email to make sure this works. If not, then if you previously tried Raid multiple years ago, however long it was, it will use that and it will not give you credit for that email that you have. So make sure it's a new one to avoid this from happening. And once you are in game, you're going to see this awesome cutscene, and then essentially you just got to go through this. You're going to see a bunch of characters here, and you go through this really cool cinematic, and you see Gaelic there as well, one of your potential starters. So you go through this, you end up dying, and then we will come back once we're picking our starters, because that's extremely, extremely important. All right, so once you are at the point where you want to choose your first champion, you do have 4 options, but there is definitely a best option, and that is Kale, because of his A3 here, who has poison on the A3, and poison's very hard to come by in this game unless you get very, very lucky. So we are absolutely going to choose Kale and get our journey started. All right, so starting it off, we've already done 2 campaign missions. We are now level 2 now, and then this pops up. So starting on April 10th, you're going to start working towards getting a free legendary champion by just logging in, which is awesome. You don't have to do anything else other than just logging in, and you got to be consistent, because if you miss one day, you definitely could have an issue. So that's one free legendary for you right there. And then because you used my code, we're getting some new player rewards, and then you're also going to get an epic support champion as well if you play for 7 days, and that's going to be Shaman. So you're going to get more free stuff there, which is great. And then before we go any further, we're going to go here and we're going to make sure we claim some free rewards courtesy of my code in my description only. We got Zargala here. We got a 3-star chicken, 6 of them, which is great. And then you got a bunch of energy refreshes, which are extremely, extremely helpful. We also have a rare skill tome, which is going to help you book up Kale a good amount as well, which is super helpful early game. And then now you have come to the most important part of your journey. And if you're on iOS, make sure you go back to the description of one of my raid videos and click on the link for iOS so you can type in these codes. So you have options here. We have Monkey King, or Get Alice, or Supreme 6. So you've got 3 options at 3 S tier legendaries, and honestly, you can't go wrong with any of them. I am going to talk about a little bit later in this video which one is probably going to be best, but the 3 options are here. So this is definitely super, super important. Make sure you skip a little bit ahead once we get there and watch who is going to be best, because there is definitely a best overall option. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Monkey King, and we're going to do this code for today. And you see I have now unlocked Sun Wukong, who is absolutely insane. You get some brews as well. You also get some spirit potions to start ascending him, which is absolutely imperative for your journey. And you got to make sure you do that within the first 24 hours. That is super, super, super important. And then I'm going to show you guys what happens once you hit level 15. All right, and once you hit level 15, this is what happens here. So let's go back to the home screen here, and you want to go back on the top right corner and click this chest that's right here, and this is how you are going to get Ugo right when you hit level 15, an epic support champion that is going to help you out so much. You also get more free goodies, more brews, more potions, and even more silver, and it's just that easy. So make sure you're clicking that link below in the description and starting Raid Shadow Legends today, or starting a new account with some extra free awesome stuff. Now let's get into the conversation on which one is going to be best for you. All right, first up, we're going to be talking about Sun Wukong, and that is the code I used right in front of your eyes in Monkey King. And he is extremely good for the early to mid game. Then he kind of falls off for the mid to late game, but then he picks right back up in extreme late game and late game content. And there's two things that make his kit absolutely great. First up is going to be his aura, which is increases ally speed in arena battles by 28%. So the only other character that you're going to get pretty soon that can do this is going to be Arbiter, but Arbiter is not really that soon. Arbiter is going to be like a 4-month, 5-month down the line character that you're going to unlock, who I have not unlocked on my main account because I have only been playing for about 3 or 4 weeks now. But this is going to be an absolutely insane help in once you unlock live arena and in classic arena as well, because this 28% speed is king, right? Like, speed is king in this game, and if you're going first, I'd say probably about 95% of the battles you are going to win. And then when we jump back into a late game, we have the A3, which is now you see us, and this is really good for Hydra, which unlocks at level 50. So you're going to place block buffs debuff on them for 2 turns. You're also stealing all buffs from all enemies, and Hydra has different heads that have different buffs and stuff like that. So you're hitting all of them, stealing all those buffs, and then you're also placing that block buffs debuff on them for 2 turns, which means they cannot gain debuffs. So Sun Wukong, an absolutely awesome character and definitely a good contender on one that you should start your journey off with. Next up, we're talking about Alice, and the code for this one is going to be GET Alice, one word. And Alice is a very good character. Now, unfortunately, you kind of missed the boat to get Alice for free, which is a little unfortunate. So you should have listened before when I told you to start raid earlier, and you would have gotten her for free. But now you're going to have to use a promo code to unlock her. And Alice currently is the best character on my roster. She is the first character that I have taken to 6 stars, which is an extremely important decision as well. And there's multiple reasons why. One of them is going to be because of her A2, which is just really, really good. It's an AoE attack that attacks everybody, has a 75% chance of increasing the cooldowns of all enemy skills by 2 turns. So you're essentially making it so they can't use their A2 or A3 turn 1. And also has a 75% chance of decreasing each target's turn meter by 15%. And she is the definition of a nuker. Just like Sun Wukong, the definition of a nuker, just amazing, just full damage. And that's going to be really helpful because you're also going to have Zargala, because you used my link in the description. And you're also going to have Ugo, who's going to support Zargala and Alice to start the game off. Now, Alice is extremely good in PvP content. She is okay in PvE content, but she really shines in PvP content. And also, she is really good for grinding in campaign missions. So once you start grinding and you're starting to get some levels into other characters and you want to make sure you're ranking them up, Alice is absolutely incredible at just shredding campaign missions very, very quickly. Again, with that A2. Right now, my A2 one-shots the first 2 waves, and then the third wave, my A3 goes off, one-shots 2 characters, because this hits 2 different characters, and then it's pretty much over in about 20 seconds, which is very, very fast. So she is very, very good for grinding, and I am all the way on Brutal, which is the 3rd hardest difficulty, but it is the best mission to farm on, which is 12-3 in Brutal. So she has been a great pick for me, but she is a little one-dimensional when it comes to PvP game modes. But again, the way she does PvP is absolutely insane. Last and certainly not least is going to be Supreme Gaelic, and the code for Supreme Gaelic is going to be Supreme6. And this is actually who I went with on my main account, and I was not disappointed at all. So there's a lot of things that make this guy really, really awesome. So his aura is increased ally attack in all battles by 33%, which is the same as Alice's, which is really, really nice. His passive here, whenever this champion receives a fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, or petrification, debuff instantly removes it, then fully heals this champion and grants an extra turn. So anything to do with that is absolutely awesome, especially if you're going into a Lord Fabian or Fabian. He does a lot of fears, so Supreme Gaelic definitely counters that. His A3 does HP burn and block buffs, so doing a little bit of what Sun Wukong is doing on his A3, but also doing an HP burn. And also places a 30% decrease speed buff on targets whose turn meter is higher than 50%, which is also very good. Once again, speed is key in this game. His A2 is an AoE, but if there's only one character, it hits the same character 4 times. It instantly activates those HP burns that we talked about in the A3. And honestly, he's absolutely awesome. He also fills this champion's turn meter by 30% if 3 or more HP burn debuffs are activated during the attack. So he's great to pair up with any other character that puts out HP buffs, debuffs, the burns, just like Cupidus, who I have on my main account as well. Got really lucky and pulled him. So, and lastly, he is void as well. And if you don't know what that means, if we go into, I believe it'll show it in the campaign mission here. So we go over to the campaign mission here, and we go here, and you see on the top middle here, this is what's called Affinity. So it's essentially a rock, paper, scissors, shoot. So you'll see here, we have Sun Wukong is that green affinity. So he will do extra damage into this character here, who is the red affinity. So green does better into red. Red does better into blue, which Zargala is red, Kale is blue, and then blue does better into the green. Now you see the little purple in here in the middle, that is void. So void does not get affected positively or negatively when going against a different affinity. They hit everybody the exact same. And I think that's why Supreme Gaelic is probably your best choice to have a jack of all trades on your account to start, and that's why I went with him. But it is entirely up to you, and there is no wrong choice, which is the best part about this game. And if you don't use those promo codes, or whichever 2 you don't use, you still have a chance to unlock them when you come over to the portal and you start opening shards and all that good stuff. And that is the start of your journey. So I hope you guys use this as your guide to start a new account or start a second account because you want to get back into it and start fresh while you're also late game. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, Raiders.